So this is part 2 of our Samba installation. First thing we want to do is go back in and check and see that all of our settings that they stuck. I got to tell you, when I came back in here between the first video and this video, these stuff that we had removed was still there, and so you may experience the same. I had to go ahead and remove those existing shares and recreate my new one. And again, pointing out that guest was to be enabled. And I went ahead and okayed it, and I rebooted the server again, and then came back in. And the second time, everything was just fine. As I mentioned, I think in one of the earlier videos, when you're using the graphical interface, this is kind of what we put up with. In a Windows world, the graphical interface is premium, rock solid. You hang on to it with confidence. But in Linux, it's just meant to be convenient, that everything was intended to be edited from the command line, and if we'd have done it from the command line, we wouldn't have had the things show up again and whatnot. So it's just something we live with for the sake of having the graphical tools, which having the graphical tools are huge for us with Windows background. So we're back in. Everything that was there is now again gone. We've recreated. I have rebooted once more, and this is persistent. It's good to go. So what we need to do now is we just need to go over to our Windows machines and test it. So I'm just jumped over to DC1. DC1 is on the RTR side. It's there. It's on another network, so it's a good one to use for testing. My //LNX, which again relies on DNS, and so there is our temp share. And what we're really after is, can we create something in there? So I'm going to create let's go ahead and create a new folder. I'll put created from DC1. So far things look good. What we need to do is jump over to another, let's go over to our client. So from the client here, let's see what we can do. Again, go to run //LNX, and there's temp, and there it is. So one we created from DC1, and we could do one now here from CL1. Could also create files, I'm pretty sure. Let's check that out. Okay. Alright, so everything looks good. To verify this, we could jump then over to our, we have a couple minutes, let's do that. We're back over on our Linux machine. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. We'll go ahead and close all this stuff down. And we'll go into the file system and just take a look at the location that we're sharing and be sure that those folders that we're creating are indeed showing up there. I know it seems kind of redundant, but we just want to be sure. Okay. So there's our directory, and sure enough, there they are. So everything's looking good. I can't think of anything. Oh, mapping a drive. In the lab task list, in our project task list, we ask you to map a drive, and that's a Windows thing. So we don't really need to spend a lot of time or attention on it because it is a Windows thing. But once you've browsed to it, we can go here and we can just say map a network drive. We could also put this into a group policy, which would be the way to go if we wanted everybody. I think in the lab we ask you to map a T drive, the drive letter T. Alright, so we've done it. I believe that we've pretty much got our Linux machine good to go, and we'll wrap up this video, part 2 of installing Samba, and call it good.